Then, welcome everybody to the April 2022 State of the Org meeting from BSI. First of all, quick notice, after this SOTO, we will be having a Fly Together. If you are not signed up yet, please do so in the Fly Together channel. There is a link and all to the sign up. Also, if you want to participate, the patch dropped yesterday, so make sure to have that downloaded. Make sure to have set the starting location so you have your friends list, and maybe log in once and make sure everything is set on your end. Controls, game loading, and all that. And with that, let's get started. What we're going to talk about today, we will go over some JSGE updates and the upcoming OVOs. We will talk about some of our esports activities in Star Citizen. We'll hand out some very well-earned awards, and we'll have a quick update from S4 and the Commerce and Logistics division about what's changing with them. I'll go a little bit about the current patch and what our plans for Fleet Week are, usual Patreon and merch update, and after that we will go into questions and answers. So if you want to raise your in the question and answers, we will be using like the raised hands to be able to speak, or sending me messages. But I'll go into details for that once we reach that point.
Also, just quickly before we get into it, just so that everyone is on the same page, we are streaming on Twitch. You can find the link in the announcement. That is because to everything that we're kind of saying, there is some accompanying pictures and graphs and a very nice PowerPoint presentation that's kind of prepared for it. So if you want some visual aid to all the things that we're saying, you can find that in announcement, the link to the Twitch channel in the announcement.
Yeah, and if you join that, you want to disable the audio because, yeah, you have audio here and it's just the same thing, just in lower quality and with some lag. So yeah. So yeah, let's get started. I'll hand over to Lycan for the JSGE updates.
All right, thanks, Dragon. Appreciate it. So the JSGE updates, you know, we've got a lot of good stuff. We don't have as much as we usually do, but we want to talk about our last org v org with the corporation. Basically, it was a space battle in orbit around Yala, and it was a combination of, you know, where we had some hammerheads and some fighters, and well, we stood victorious. So that was a great thing. We do appreciate the corporation coming in and working with us and participating. And so you know, it wasn't probably as, I don't know, I would say we did want a little more action there, but we learned a lot, and that's the important thing. But you know, campaign ribbon for all participants, and definitely appreciate that, and people coming out to participate and also to watch on some of the streams that we had. So, all right, next slide. All right, so OVO schedule, May 14th, OVO with Pathfinders. We're doing something completely new here. So we're transitioning from scripted with some restrictions and rules. So we're actually going no rules or restrictions. They are dynamic objectives. So that is to say that no one really knows what's going on. There's only one person, that happens to be me. So neither Pathfinders nor JSG Eagle will know what's happening, except there'll be intel injects that are dropped periodically throughout the OVO that drives a narrative. And at the end, there will be, you know, if they've achieved the overall objective, then that will be declared the winner. This is actually a 24v24. We're going to have a total of 50 people in there because 2 people is going to be used for doing things that's making sure everything's running smoothly, you know, taking down comrades and positioning things and stuff like that. So, but it's going to be 24v24 combatants, and something totally new for us. But in June, we got Pathfinders again. Same thing with no rules or restrictions. but it will have a bigger scope. So, like for instance, in this May 14th, we're just going to be dealing around Crusader. Okay. The June's probably going to transverse into a lot of different areas. So there's going to be, it's just going to be a bigger scope. So August, we have the corporation again. It will be another one of those no rules, dynamic events and so forth. So everything we're doing now is going to be along that line. And the reason for that is so that we have the ability to really play like the PU is. The PU is no rules, no restrictions. I think probably the only rules we're going to have is going to be no pad ramming or no ramming. But other than that, everything else is open. So it's basically that's what the PU is. And so we've got to make sure that we are definitely able to, muster forces, deploy out, and fight on any terms that are out there. So very important thing. Next slide, please. Oh, and by the way, we do have something lined up for probably September. Still working through that, for another OVO. There'll be more on that as the time gets closer. But tactical and strategic logistics. In this patch 3.7, logistics becomes more of an issue. Okay, not only for medical, but refueling, rearming, everything. So we're working with, the leadership development division, in S4 on working out for refueling, for instance. That's kind of the first thing we're going to do. Redlack's going to talk more a little bit about that, but we're working on, what S4 does from a strategic standpoint and what JSGE does from a tactical standpoint when it comes to like refueling, rearming, repairing. We're getting now into that gameplay. So we've got to be really good at what we're doing on that. And so that furthers the part about developing the SOPs for those that JSG Eagle will be putting together. And also, from the medical standpoint, really working on those SOPs. We got a lot of information on medical. So Taco is going to be working on those. But everything is moving in the direction that I think we want, and we are growing in capabilities. We've got some very nice, new people in with the Marines and with the Air Wing. And much appreciated for all the new people that's come in, and so that is very much needed, and along with the commitment and everything, we very much appreciate it. So that's all I have for JSG Eagle. I will turn it back over to Dragon.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Lycan. Rumi, did you want to do the next part, or should I?
Yeah, I can go over that if you want me to.
Yeah, sure. Then Grimmy will update you a bit on our esports activities.
I mean, for those of you who have followed us in the last primarily the last 2 months, we have quite a few esports things going on for us right now. The first one was the inaugural season of Flight or Fight. I mean, originally that was meant to be a 25v25 or 20v20 situation. With a lot of orgs combating each other to figure out who's the best. However, due to just not enough organizations coming together, being confident, and being able to provide that many people, they tuned it down to 2v2. We still sent in 2 different teams, and both of them actually managed to fight quite well. We had the finals just some time ago, I think 2 or 3 weeks, right? And as you can see, we actually managed to get a podium spot. So that was really some amazing flying that we got to see there. There's a video up on our YouTube channel if you'd like to see how everything went there. But I'd also just like to congratulate both pilots that managed to win for us, Gimmick and Flormat, who really, like, after the first match where they had a loss against Liberty Creepers, who came in second overall, and then basically managed to win everything up to the semifinals. It was really, really good good and entertaining fighting to watch. Congratulations, guys. However, that's not everything on the esports front, because we already got something else lined up, which is the Stanton 7 with that handsome face of Aki there. The Stanton 7 is the Atmo Esports Racing League, so to say, where they have 7 races all around the system with different vehicles and different circuits that we can follow our races along. The qualifying is next Saturday, if I'm not wrong. And one of our teams that is led by Renlos is already qualified from winning a podium spot last year. And we also hope that this year we'll get to see two of our teams racing once more. So really looking forward to that. And if you're interested in racing in Star Citizen, then just get in contact with Arquitecto, who is the Spaniard you can see down there. Okay, then we can go to the next one.
Yeah, that's also on you. Some awards for our members.
Exactly, we have awards. The first award would go to Radion for his commitment and dedication during the last OVO. Actually, playing that with a broken hand was a suggestion that a lot of people said. I think he's been with us for just a few weeks at that point also, so that is quite something to see. We'd like to give you the achievement medal for pulling through with just one hand and still managing to fight, so congratulations there. That leads us to the next people who we basically just talked about for their pretty amazing achievement of coming in so high among really the best pilots in the entire game right now. We'd like to just honor their achievement from our side as well and award Floormat and Gimmick the Black Star Medal, which is one of the highest awards that we have in this organization right now. So congratulations, guys. That would be it with the awards for this time.
Yeah.
And with that, I'll hand it over to our S4 division to give you guys an update.
Thank you for that. Hello, my name is Rudlak. I'm the Director of Commerce in charge of S4. We at S4 run the war chest and finances of BSI, along with the Commerce and Logistics Division, COLD for short. This group was formerly known as the Civilian Vision, but doesn't really cover what we and those of you that join us will do. With the recent addition of refueling and soon salvage and repair, it is clear that CIG are taking their road to Pyro very seriously. Knowing this, it's clear that in Pyro and future systems, we aren't going to be able to quickly head to a rest stop to resupply. It's going to take planning, money, and logistics to keep our fleets moving and fighting. This is where Cold as a strategic asset comes in, and here is how. In commerce, we will be the stomach of this org, devouring every chance to turn a profit from safe trade runs to salvaging the kills of Joint Strike Groups, JSGs. Rockhounds and Rust Foxes join Cold to get trained and certified. You go to the best mining spots, salvage the best wrecks, and lead entire operations. All while the weapon-toting guys got your back. For logistics, will be the blood that flows through this org, feeding fuel and ammunition and other supplies to where they are needed most. In the future, we will be performing major repairs to support the JSDs. So I ask you, space truckers, tankers, and mechanics, to step forward and join the Cold. Cold is going to be there to support the JSGs. To that end, we are going to be launching the following ranks. Next slide, please. First is the Technician. This is the starting rank for Cold. It consists of a certification of your ability to complete a profession. And since we, as an org that operates primarily in combat, the requirements for the first rank are the same as joining a JSG unit. And then you will perform a certification to get your first rank. Due to the game only having Tier 0 mechanics implemented, there is just the first level, but future ones will be added as game mechanics come online. The second rank is lead. These are the individuals who have shown their knowledge and leadership, earning them the ability to lead cold operations. There is no limit to the needs of this org, so we need every one of you, as well as to bring in new members. Make sure to go to the Get a Role channel to get the role that signifies what you want to do. With plans for the future coming very quickly, we need many members so that we can support this great org. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to your questions at the end. Passing it back to a Dragon, please.
Thank you very much, Redlag. So, next thing is me going to be talking a little bit about the patch that just dropped yesterday and upcoming Fleet Week. So, 3.17 comes with a few new features. The main one for combat-oriented org like us most likely is the desync fixes that are like quite drastically changing the experience in there. Together with that, a lot of people experience more FPS in general, so a lot better performance. But sadly, that comes with a downside. Like, it's not because of the desync issues fixes, but yeah, something happened where the hit marker is a little bit in front of the moving targets, so you don't really hit where the ships are not really getting hit where you point the guns at. So yeah, there's like a little bit of an issue there. But yeah, and join any of the VFA trainings and you'll learn how to live with it. Next thing that got implemented is ship-to-ship refueling. You can refuel quantum fuel and hydrogen fuel from a Starfarer now. This is mostly interesting for the upcoming system Pyro when it's there. Right now it's mostly a testbed, as we can still get very quickly to the rest stops, and we are pretty vulnerable while doing the refueling. So it's good for us to get used to the mechanic, to get used to the process. Most likely not something where you will see every day happening. Another big change is that you are now able to sell your loot from FPS missions, generating some revenue. But it also comes with a downside, and that is a very much reduced availability of items in the in-game shops. A lot of the things that we used to use, like specific armors, like railguns or rocket launchers, or a lot of the weapons, are just not available in stores anymore, but only lootable, which creates quite a lot of work for logistics to make sure everybody can have the guns. You will also have to make sure that you get what you need, what you want to use in fight togethers and operations. So there's quite a big downside to that. Another addition are mining gadgets. Those are little gadgets that you can put on rocks and change their stats, basically, like reduce the explosion damage or resistance or things like that. If you want to learn how to use those, there are regular events run by the logistics division where you can learn about mining and eventually also using those gadgets. Then we got a few little things, like the Global Hospital or the Hull A being implemented as a ship. And then we can see the first river on Microtag. You probably have seen all the screenshots about that, or if you're following anything Star Citizen. And there's also the first, something more technical, like the first implementation of Quanta, which now dictate the prices for fuel and repair. It's not really having an impact yet, but it's one of those technical first steps that eventually will make the game better. Upcoming in the 0.1 patch will be the Fleet Week. This usually starts end of May. Like last one was 21st of May. So yeah, expected. There is no date yet, but expected end of May. It's the yearly military event or sale for CIG, where you have like all the in-game military ships on sale. It's like the end of year event, the convention event, just with only military ships. So But for this, we also have in-game activities like the fleet is flying through the system, and you can see a Bengal flying and stuff like that. Do a tour of the Idris. These kind of activities. There's also rumors that there will be some kind of FPS activity this year. We will have to see. Of course, BSI will run events so we can have the full Victor's Launch Week experience together, have some fun, see some cool ships, and just have a good time. Also, we will most likely see the release of the RSI Scorpius, so if you are looking forward to that ship, it should be about a month away for you. And with that, I'll hand it back to Grim for some Patreon updates.
Yeah, nothing big this time. We started a little bit of an initiative where we're giving away some stuff again, which if you look at the last update that we did in the announcement channel, like if you just give a little bit of a react to that with any emoji whatsoever, you'll be entered in a giveaway. We already had a winner last time. We're going to continue that for the patches for some months to come. So if you want to set what kind of order, then feel free to just give a little bit of a react to that, and that's one way to win it. Beside that, we are also giving away HAL A for next month. And for everyone who is signed up during this month, we're giving away an RSI Scorpius among everyone who is currently in there till the end of this month, which is not very long. Also increased the my workflow on the Admiral's report, so you should be able to see those like a lot better. The next one is coming on the 10th of May, which is basically 1 month after the other one. And beside that, I'd just like to really thank for everyone who's supporting us over that way. Kind of allows for these giveaways to happen. It also allows for a few other things, like the patches and more things to come. The last thing is, if you'd like to have some of the patches right away, you can also still buy those through the link that is in the merchandise channel right under announcement, I think. Those ship out within a day, by the way, so they're really quick. With that, I think we're through all of our topics, and we can go over to the Q&A. So use the raise a hand feature in Discord, and Dragon should be able to see you guys. And we'll answer your questions.
Yeah, if you don't want to ask it in voice, you can send a message to me, and I'll read it for you. So if you're uncomfortable or your mic isn't working, that's an option as well. All right, Mr. Jäger, come up here.
Hello, thank you. So, sorry, I got my thing on. Hang on, I just mean the stream because that's screwy. Sorry. So my question regarding logistics was, as obviously salvaging and other sort of mechanics for being fully introduced, when it comes to ensuring medical, will medical stuff like hospital ships and other jazz also be part of the S4, or will that be some other sort of department that will be implemented with the military side of JSGE?
Well, there's different parts of it. For instance, a Endeavor fully equipped out will be in a rear guard position. The function will serve under cold, but they're going to be attached pretty much to a JSG, whereas any combat ambulances or anything is going to be inside of a JSG unit directly serving there.
Yeah, so kind of the bottom line, like Red's talking about, there'll be a dividing line. We can't take an Endeavor really into a AO, because if it gets blown up, then that's bad news. So it'll be at a certain point, and then ambulances will take care of our own down on the ground as best we can. If there's anything that we can't do either through an Apollo, then they would get evac back to an Endeavor.
No, that's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, that'll. I look forward to seeing what logistics are going to do with medical as well as salvaging and equipment.
Ancient, come up here.
I was just hoping to do a little advertisement for the guides, if you guys don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
So, I think most of you guys know, but our guides are the ones that kind of are at the front door when new people join and say hello. So, Anybody who's E3 or higher in rank has been here for a while, kind of knows how the Discord works, is welcome to join up with the guides. You just kind of get notifications when new people are joining. So when you're online, not doing anything too important, you got some time, you can just swing in and say hi to this new person to help them get situated. You guys know we have, over 100 channels. So definitely can be confusing for those new guys that jump in. So guides are always looking for more help to keep up with that influx of players, especially lately. We've had a lot of people joining daily. So if you are interested in that, you can reach out to any of the guides that can help get you in touch with Atash Kata, who will do the onboarding for that. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, thank you, Agent. The next question I have is from Semper. He wants to know what our plans for the next CitizenCons are.
It's a good question. It depends where the next CitizenCon is, when it is, and it even will happen, because so far CRG has not really said anything. So as I'm aware, I know that they've booked the venue, but they did so the last 2 years as well, so kind of just waiting.
Any other questions? Now is your time. Yeah, if there's nothing else, I think this was a rather quick Soto, and I hope I'm not completely throwing off S3's plans for the flight together. Head down to the briefing channel once this year is over, and get situated. If you cannot join the flight together, but want to be like involved, you can still watch it on Arky's stream on twitch.tv/ArkyBSI. I think that
Dragon,
Yeah,
can I
go ahead,
say one
Simon.
thing real quick?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
do one thing.
Yeah. Many of you know that the S3 does a lot of stuff, and from the fly togethers and also working with JSG when it comes to plans and this and so forth. We need a couple of more people to be able to apply for S3, and of course you need to have a little bit of background, so you have to be in the org for at least 3 months. And but please either DM me or kill them. And if you are interested in being in S3, we do need a couple of more folks, because we're trying to put fly togethers each and every week, and that does take a lot of time to put together, but it's definitely worthwhile, and the org is better for it, and so we could really use your help. So please either DM me or kill them if you are interested, and then we can take it from there. So that's all I got. Thanks, Dragon.
Just before we end, I'm just going to have a quick shout out for 2 people as well. If you are interested in seeing Spaniard making a fool out of himself cooking, tune into Arky stream tomorrow. And if you're more of the side of Gun, Hooten, and Rooten Americans, then I think Ancient is also streaming sometime soon. Those 2 people have been putting a big effort into their streams. So, if you have a few minutes, just give them a quick hello. And the second thing that I'd like to say is just, as always, a huge thank you to everyone who is making all of this possible, to everyone who's running trainings, to everyone who's attending them. A very special thank you to Dragon of Pock here, who is always doing our Soto preparation, which is really not little work. And yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. So thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you, and thanks to everyone else.
Yeah, have a wonderful flight together, and head down into briefing to get all the information you need to join. Have fun.
Yeah, I would like to say one last thing, and I promise I'll it. Okay. But we need to thank Dragon of Pog for everything that he does, putting this Soto together, doing all the the stuff that he publishes and everything. Dragon, thank you. We are forever in your debt.
Here.
And that's all I have.
All right, then I'll close everything up. Have fun, guys.
All right, guys, take care.